Hey guys, let's talk about books, and specifically the books that I adopted into my life and to my home in September. I've got 10 books to talk about today, which I thought it was going to be like a tiny baby haul, and that's never the case. Buying books is a hobby in itself, isn't it? Nevertheless, of those 10 books, I have already read 5 of them. One is in progress. I think that's pretty good. So let's talk about them anyway. The first one is The Reader on the 627 by Jean-Paul Didierlaurent, translated by, let's find out, Rose Schwartz, translated from French. This one was a book club read and very short, 200 pages. The blurb is Guylain Vignon, that's my French, lives on the edge of existence, working at a book pulping factory in a job he hates. He has but one pleasure in life. Sitting on the 627 train each day, Guylain recites aloud to a rapt audience from pages he has saved from the jaws of the pulping machine. But spoilers in the blurb. That's why I don't read blurbs actually, because that's annoying. Anyway, stay tuned for my review of that one. Next is Kate Mosse, The Burning Chambers. This was published in 2018. This one was published in 2014 in France. Anyway, back to Kate Mosse. This one was part of actually a series of recommendations I got from a bookshop called, I want to say, Mr. B's Book Emporium, and I will link the exact people below, but they did me a custom book recommendations based on some info that I gave them totally free. It's a bookshop based in the UK, so I didn't actually buy books from them because Brexit. It was on my radar because of that, and then a YouTuber I watch read the third one, which has just come out in this trilogy, starting with The Burning Chambers, and said it was excellent. So I bought it, although I bought the first one, obviously. She did say there was a little bit of spicy times, and I'm not a fan of romance in particular. So anyway, The Burning Chambers is a historical fiction, I think. Carcassonne, 1562. 19-year-old Minou Joubert received... You'd think I'd learn French before I attempt French, hey? Receives an anonymous letter at her father's bookshop, sealed with a distinctive family crest. It contains just 5 words. She knows that you live. Dun, dun, dun. But before Minou can decipher the mysterious message, a chance encounter with a young Huguenot convert changes her destiny forever. For he has a mission of his own, and he will need Minou's help if he's to get out of La Cite alive. Well, that's clearly a romance. Like I said, I don't read blurbs, it was recommended. I'm highly influenceable when it comes to the buying books. This one was a pre-order, and so that was exciting for it to arrive. Richard Osman, The Last Devil to Die, published a couple of weeks ago in 2023. I had to stop and think about what year it was then. I nearly said 2013. That's not okay. Anyway, I don't know if I want to read this blurb because I haven't read the previous book yet, which I will get to imminently because I really like. This is the Thursday Murder Club series. It's a series of books set in a residence of a retirement village who set to solving murders, obviously, and it's very funny. It's chocolate for your brain. It's not deep. It's not world-changing. It's just fun. Sometimes you got to have fun. The blurb doesn't look spoilery. It says, shocking news reaches the Thursday Murder Club. An old friend in the antiques business has been killed, obviously. And a dangerous package he was protecting has gone missing, obviously. As the gang spring into action, they encounter art forgers, online fraudsters and drug dealers, as well as heartache close to home. With the body count rising, the package still missing and trouble firmly on their tail, has their luck finally run out? And who will be the last devil to die? Stay tuned. Next is kind of a book club purchase, although it turned into 4 book club purchases. The first one was Northanger Abbey, which I have read, but I don't own a copy of. So I grabbed this Vintage Classics edition because I don't know if you're going to be able to see. If I get close, it's going to go out of focus. You probably have seen this in bookstores before. The detail in like all the elements of the image are different patterns, and I really like that. And so I grabbed Northanger Abbey to read for book club, and then I had to get the matching Pride and Prejudice and the matching Mansfield Park and the matching Emma and the matching Persuasion and Sense and Sensibility are on their way. So they will be forthcoming in a future haul. Mansfield Park, I haven't read actually. It was published in 1814. I'm leaning back there like I need glasses to read. Oh, might be over my 40th birthday, but I'm not there yet, am I? Clearly I am. 1813 for Pride and Prejudice. Northanger Abbey posthumously in 1818 and Emma in 1816. I love them. Plus, I love the red Vintage Classics spines because that's mainly all you see on the bookshelf. But I love them all together. They're so pretty. And lastly, in the physical books is one that came today, and it was a pre-order as well. This so shiny. It's worth it to get the ring light out, isn't it? For that. Oh, we love it. Lauren Groff, The Vaster Wilds. Lauren Groff wrote Matrix and other things before that, but I read Matrix and I really liked it. I have no idea what this was about. I just insta pre-ordered because I knew I wanted to read more of what she was doing. So again, this arrived today. It's clearly published in 2023. Let's read the blurb. 1600s. A young girl escapes from a settlement into the night. She chooses to leave behind everything she's ever had. Her roof, her home, her country, her language, the only family she's ever known. She carries nothing but her wits, a few possessions, and the spark of God that burns hot within her. Oh, we love it. The Vaster Wilds is at once a thrilling adventure story and a penetrating fable about trying to find a new way of living in the world. A work of raw and prophetic power, it tells the story of America in miniature. Oh, is it 1600s America? We will see if we like it or not. We like the cover. That's a good start. Next up is one that I pre-ordered as well. I actually kickstarted it. It's Cory Doctorow's The Internet Con, How to Seize the Means of Computation, which I got in digital format. And I read it on my Kindle because that's the device I have. Cory Doctorow is a big proponent of accessibility in tech. So you can read it on any device you like. I think I also got a audio copy distributed on Libre FM. And it came out in 2023 as well. And I have already read it. So that review is also forthcoming. The blurb says, I'm just reading the blurb off my phone. This isn't a book for people who want to fix big tech. It's a detailed disassembly manual for people who want to dismantle it. Tech giants started out with high-minded ideals about connection, but Doctorow shows us how connection was the sticky trap that locked up everyone you love and everything you care about, turning users into hostages. We don't like these scare quotes. La 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 la. The Internet Con charts where big monopolies came from and how we'll abolish them for good. This was a short one, wasn't it? I've only got one to go, and that was on my Kindle that I literally just purchased so that I could read it while waiting for my daughter at the orthodontist this afternoon, and is Warriors of God by Andrzej Sapkowski. I've got to stop reading authors whose name I can't pronounce, or I should look up how to pronounce them. That's probably the more sensible option. Anyway, this guy is the author who wrote the Witcher series. He has another trilogy that is historical fiction, the third of which has just been published in English. And this one's the second one. It's called Warriors of God. The trilogy is called the Hussite trilogy, which if you know anything about medieval European history, you might guess what it's about. Warriors of God depicts the adventures of Rainovan, our protagonist, and his friends in the years 1427 to 28 as war erupts across Europe. In the first book, Rainovan, he gets in trouble because of his penis a lot, and he ends up being co-opted into the Hussite Crusade accidentally. This is a crusade against Czech heretics in the 15th century, and it didn't go well. Spoilers. Anyway, so this is historical fiction based on that. Sapkowski is a Polish author, so Renovan is Polish, and he's in this book clearly hanging out in Bohemia. Anyway, I literally just started this today, and I will tell you what I thought of it when I finish it. That was actually a really quick video. I was all here geared up in my chair of power and I didn't actually need it. I'm excited to read those books that I got on pre-order. I'm excited to be reading this one on my Kindle, and I am excited to talk to you about books. I will see you next time.